So it's a beautiful day here in Mallorca. We're at the beginning of November, but I thought I'd bring you down to Alcudia Strip today. We're going to take a walk down through this area of the resort and we're going to head on to the beach as well, hopefully to get some lovely views. But we're days into November and I'm going to show you what the rapid shutdown looks like over here in one of your favourite resorts over here in Alcudia. So let's turn the camera around and let's check out Alcudia Beach Resort today. So I'm starting this video right at the very end of the strip. For Alcudia regulars, you're going to know that Rancho Ses Roques, the horse riding centre, which is just kind of up the road and around the corner, this is going to be staying open over the winter months because, well, the horses still need walking, they need exercising, and they're going to be open for horse rides, which is fantastic news. So just turning the camera around here to Legends, I can see that they're opening on weekends, which is good to see. And of course, look, I'm just coming up by the La Jara. They're open every single day as well, and I think they're going to be open during the winter. But what a rapid shutdown we have seen over here on the island, and it's hard to believe that just 1 week ago we had holidaymakers enjoying the half term. But there are going to be a few places open. I'm right outside of Milton's here. Look, this is open. We've got somewhere open here on Alcudia Strip, which is great news, but I don't think we're going to be seeing too much else. And we're already seeing the sad sight of restaurants being closed up for the winter. But at the same time, we're seeing the start of some major renovations taking place, and I'm right outside the Bellevue complex. Now, no sooner did holidaymakers leave, I suspect the diggers then came out, and I'm not quite sure what the plans are for this area, but as we know, Alcudia is due for an upgrade, and I think the upgrade is starting here. Let's go and have a quick look. So I've also heard rumour that Blue Bay, who own the Bellevue complex, will not be running this hotel complex next year. It may well be run by somebody else. We shall see what will be happening in the future. Let's just go and take a very quick look. So from what I can see, look, the fencing is up all along the path here. Maybe they're laying new cables. Maybe they're making major improvements, but I will be back here over the winter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's see what's going to be taking place, what improvements they're going to be making to this side of the resort. And let's see if I can't find out a little bit more as to what's happening over here at the Bellevue too. So I'm just crossing the road here to the Colbert supermarket. As you may remember from last year, that stayed open for most of the winter. It'll probably stay open for most of this winter too. And look, how wonderful to see that the Tental tea rooms open as well. Hopefully they'll be staying open as well throughout the winter. And do you know what? That's the busiest I've seen this end of Alcudia Strip for any November, actually. Look, Champions is closed, but it's nice to see that we have a little bit of activity. We've got a nice little cluster of bars, restaurants, and even a tea room as well at this far end. But as you can see, that places like Luna's Bar and Grill, there's absolutely no way somewhere so big can stay open during the winter months. And what a success this was this summer. I've heard some wonderful reviews, never got to try it myself. As you know, whenever I'm over here, I'm normally working, so let me know in comments if you've been to Luna's. But look, all the fences are up and it's gated off. So a little bit further ahead as well, look, the roadworks have started down here in Alcudia. And I'm pretty sure, like around the Bellevue complex as well, we're going to see plenty more of that in the next few months on the run up to the next season. We love tattoos. Look, we are open down the street from 1 till 9 PM. Work with bookings. Sundays are closed. So as we can see here, look, on the walk up to the bridge, everything obviously is very much closed. And it is a very, very sad sight. I won't be making too many of these videos going through the winter. There's only so much sadness we can see with these businesses closed until March or April, or the official start of the season in May. But I thought I'd just give you a very quick first out of the season look at this resort, especially as just a few days ago we had plenty of holiday makers down here in this area. We're just coming up and over the bridge here. The views do remain the same over here in Alcudia, as you can see in front of me. The only difference is everyone has gone home, except for the residents, and it is looking and feeling very, very empty. So just coming across the road, and I've just had to cross the road because of the sun, I'm very surprised to see this open, this beach shop. So I am wondering whether we're going to find any hotels open, particularly at the end of this road. Let's go and have a look. I'm wondering if the Alcudia Beach Hotel is still open. It may well be. Because just coming up the strip here, I've just been passed by a huge group. They are Spanish. I'm wondering whether there's some of the pensioners over for a holiday. Won't be finding much in the way open over here though, unfortunately. And this area is looking very, very quiet, very, very quiet indeed. We're just coming up to the THB Bamboo Hotel. The mesh has already been put up. How sad. What a sad sight. And running all the way down here, look, all we're seeing is closed signs, including the Alcudia Beach. Now this hotel is normally one of the first to open over here on Alcudia Strip for the summer season. They're normally open around March. I think they even actually opened in February a couple of years ago. But there's just nothing down here. This is a total shutdown almost, bar the places we saw right at the beginning of this video being open, but I'm afraid that's it. Okay, let's cheer ourselves up. Let's go and head on down to the beach. Well, one thing's for sure here, look, we are certainly seeing the end of summer. Look, off go the beach umbrella toppings down the road. And do you know what, straight up ahead of me I can see what looks like the last remains of summer on the beach. I can see some kids playing football. And as we head down through a very closed and quiet Hotel Paraiso on my right hand side, oh dear, look at this. I'm going to head on down to Alcudia Beach. So it looks like these kids have come down here for the day, which is incredible, but look what we can see in front of us. A rather surprising sight because, well, there seem to be plenty of people on the beach beds and the sun umbrellas to my left hand side, and we will take a walk down there in just a second, but take a look to my right. And check this out, look, the sunbeds laid down on the beach, ready to take away. We just saw the truck heading along the main road behind me. We'll be coming down to get these ones next. Now there must be a hotel open a little bit further down. We will go and check that out. Let's just take a quick walk up to the Red Bridge. But not before we head on to the Jetty. Let's go and get some views down the beach today. So considering we are in the early days of November, there are people on the jetty, there are people in the sea. There's also a boat out there in the water. Doesn't look like an excursion boat though. Look, as I zoom in, more signs. Look, that summer is being dismantled over here In Mallorca, they're taking away the yellow buoys, the swimming buoys. As I always say in my videos, if you are swimming over here, stay within the buoys because the boats can't come in, but look, they're collecting them along the coast here. And look at the views down the beach, goodness. As I said, remarkably busy for the early days of November, and also rather warm too. And just look at the twinkling light on the water. I mean, it's so pretty, but it does feel very much like we have entered winter mode. It's not even lunchtime, and I feel that the sun is starting to dip. Anyway, let's go and get some more lovely views here. Let's head on back down the jetty. Let's go and have a look around the area of the Red Bridge. So just coming off the beach here, look, got all the poles laid out ready for collection. So as I come up onto the Red Bridge here and I pan the camera around onto what looks like some very bright green water here outside of the Alcudia Sun Alcudia Playa Hotel, I can see it's still open. That's quite incredible actually. This is the first sign of a hotel still being open in November in Alcudia. But I would say if you are booking a very late stay out of here, understand that most of the bars and the restaurants will be closing here on the 31st of October. I mean, I just haven't seen anything else really open today apart from at the far end of Alcudia Strip. As you can see, we do have holiday makers out here, but I would book on a half board or full board basis even if you are staying at any of these hotels, because I just want to show you over the side of the bridge here. Normally we have this absolutely wonderful little chiringuito open, which I filmed from on many occasions, the Playa Beach Club, but as you can see here, look, it's very much closed. So look, not even anywhere open today to grab a coffee, or even, actually, most importantly, use the loos. So with one hotel open here for a very, very late season break, let's take a quick walk down the beach. We'll head on down towards the Sunwing and see if some of that is still open, because as we entered the beach, we did see quite a few people in the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas. Let's go and take a look. So just looking here at this little inlet of water, we can see that the sand has pretty much almost filled this area, and this isn't allowing the free flow of water around the canal, which explains why the water is looking so green here. Quite possibly that they do need to get the diggers down before next season. And here we go, look, the trucks are back ready to collect some more of the beach furniture. So it's a hive of activity down here, but not for the reasons we'd probably like to see. I mean, the weather, as I mentioned in my island update this week, it is just such a shame that more things do not stay open in these first weeks of November. They don't extend the season a little bit. As you can see, there are still people down here, but look at the speed at which they're collecting these sun umbrellas here and taking them away for winter. So these trucks can't really take very many at a time. Forget the size of these umbrella toppers are actually quite a large look. I think I'm going to have to make several trips during the course of the day today, and I wonder what's going to happen to this little block of sunbeds and beach umbrellas. Maybe these people will be asked to move a little bit later on. So to my left hand side here, it looks like this is a school group out for a PE lesson today. What a fantastic place to come down for sports. I bet many of you guys watching this didn't get to enjoy Alcudia Beach PE lessons when you were at school. But anyway, let's keep on heading down. Coming up behind one of the beach bars here, and unfortunately even the loos are closed as well. That's the thing about coming out to film in winter. Not only can you not find anywhere to eat or drink in some of the resorts, you can't find anywhere to go to the loo either. Looks like they're clearing out as well for the summer too. So as I look to my left here, you'll be forgiven in thinking that we're still here in summer down here in Alcudia, but unfortunately we're not. Some people still on the beach beds and the sun umbrellas, but is everything closed? I suspect it is, but we're just going to head on down in the direction of the sun wing. Now this has got to be one of my favourite views from over here. Just check this out, look. This little snippet here really does look like summer. Now I can't believe it. Look, they haven't left any loos open for anybody over here. If you're over here out of season, you can't even use the loo. It's absolutely ridiculous. But what is this I see in front of me? Is this a beach bar that's open? Let's go and take a closer look. Now this video is going to have an unexpected end because I'm coming up to balneario number 3 and I think it's open. I can't believe it. Let's go and take a closer look. Not only that as well, but the loos are open too. Look at this. Final taste of summer for 2025 over here in Alcudia. Let's keep walking down a little bit further because I do suspect that the sun wing may well be open. So I've got some surprising news for you, which I'll give you in just one second. But looking to my left here at this huge Sunwing hotel which dominates Alcudia Beach, well, this has also closed now for the season. But just panning the camera around this little block of sunbeds here, they're slowly disappearing. And to this area, the fantastic news I have is that Beach Bar number 3 will be staying open for the whole month of November. I've just nipped in and used the loo as well. They've only got one toilet block open, but we cannot complain, we can't complain. So I can't believe it, I can't believe it. You can see little pockets of the islands now trying to maintain a little bit of winter tourism, and we can see it down here on Alcudia Beach, which is very surprising. Beach Bar number 3 is open during the month of November. And if you are over here on a winter holiday, if you are over here on a November holiday, head towards the direction of the big Sunwing Hotel, and Beach Bar number 3 is more or less in front of it. Okay everyone, thank you very much for watching. If you want to find out why Mallorca closes down for the summer season, check out this video appearing here. If you want to see what another very popular resort is like right at the very end of the season, check out this video appearing here on YouTube too. Don't forget, you can also find me on Facebook and on Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun. I'm sure I'll be back here soon as well, warming you up for 2026, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye for now.